What's going on, youth workers? Paul Turner here from thediscipleproject.net, here with another episode of the Coach's Corner, where I answer 3 questions about youth ministry. If you have a question you'd like me to answer, leave a comment down below. Would love to hear from you. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and you'll get videos like this in your inbox on a regular basis. So let's go ahead and start with question number 1. How do you deal with students' broken commitments? Listen, this happens with teenagers all the time. They'll make a commitment and they'll break a commitment because they find other options. They find better things to do, right? And so how do you deal with it as a youth worker when a student commits to you to be there or do something, but they won't do it? And I think that is all based on your investment in that student. If it's a casual student and they break a commitment, that's one thing. If they are part of your leadership team or somebody that you've highly invested in, then I think there's a degree of accountability that you can have with them that you wouldn't have with just a random volunteer possibly. So I would say if a student is breaking commitments consistently, don't ask them anymore. You have to build your bench, so to speak, in basketball terms. You're only as good as deep as your bench. So I think once the student has established that they are breaking commitments on a regular basis, I think you have to go to your bench and you have to say, look, who else am I constantly recruiting, right? Who am I constantly bringing into the fold that I can trust new responsibilities with? And once these students know that you have other choices, they'll decide whether whatever it is they're going to be doing is important enough or not to show up and be a part. Question number 2, what should I do if I feel like a student is manipulating me? It's a good question because, and it's more so from the emotional manipulation, whether it's to feel sorry for them or whether it's to somehow, make a decision in their favor, anything like that. And I feel like you should let people know that that's what you're feeling. So whether it's your senior pastor or whether it's an overseer or somebody in your church that you can trust and say, listen, I feel like this student is manipulating me in a certain way. What should I do about it? And I think it's informing the people around you and being super aware and being very discerning, because you don't want to mistake true emotion and true feeling that a student has to equate it with manipulation, because that can be harmful to the relationship. So you really want to be able to discern the moment, be able to discern the feelings of the student to say, is what is happening real? Are they taking advantage of me in somehow? Now, taking advantage is not even necessarily the same as manipulation. Manipulation is far more nefarious in a way because they're trying to get something from you. They're trying to make you do something. They're trying to skew things their way. Whatever that may be is very different than, somebody's trying to take advantage of you. Well, then, everybody's trying to take advantage of you at some point. But one is, manipulation is far more, devious. And one is saying, look, I just want to, have things my way. But if you feel like you're being manipulated, I think it's important that you let the right people know that you're feeling this way. And even in some case, depending on your relationship with the student, really kind of ask some curious questions. Say, hey, why are you feeling this way? Or what has brought this on? Or I'm curious to know why this is so important to you. And as you begin to ask questions and become more curious, maybe the student lets their guard down and really lets you know what's going on and why are they feeling this way, and why are they trying to push you into this position, maybe, emotionally, to make a decision on their behalf. Maybe something's very important to them. Maybe they're feeling very much a lack in their life and they feel they really need this, whatever it may be. But really be discerning and ask a lot of questions. Question number 3, how would I use 45 minutes of Sunday school time? Well, there's several ways you can look at it. 45 minutes is a long time for a teenager, right? It's 45 minutes, especially 45 minutes of teaching, straight teaching. I would not do that. I would not do 45 minutes of just beginning. And I know that I'm sure I've done this in the past where I have done that. But fortunately, I've learned over time that 45 minutes is a long time. So I would use that 45 minutes as just a lot of it. I would use maybe 15 minutes of relationship time, 15 minutes of teaching time, and 15 minutes, that other 15 minutes could be used, for a time of service, leadership development. That 15 minutes could be for a project that's coming up. You could take kids down to the youth room to work on something that you had planned and say, hey guys, we got 15 minutes. Can you guys come down and help me set up the youth room for Wednesday night? Simple things like that. And there are other times where I use that 45 minutes where I say, look, once a month, we're going to breakfast. We're just going to go to breakfast and we're going to take off. So bring $5 for breakfast, or if it's in your budget, go ahead and pay for it. And say, look, I'm just going to go ahead and pay for the breakfast this morning, and we're going to sit around and have discussion with same Sunday school lesson, but just in a different context. And so, you can have, a couple of leaders with a couple of different, places where kids can sit and they can do the lesson that way. Or you can just have, if you have a small group, which I had a small group, so we had 6 or 7 kids around a table, and we were able to have discussion there. So I think using that 45 minutes can be used creatively. It doesn't have to be straight teaching time. You can use it for vision casting. You could use it for leadership development. You can use it for just the pure teaching time. And a lot of it depends on your audience. Of do you have a bunch of kids that don't know Christ, and basics is going to be super important, or do you have a bunch of leadership kids who need to be challenged and need to do some other things? So. But that's it. Those are my 3 answers to 3 questions. If you have questions, please leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your questions are, and I will cover them in another Coach's Corner. And be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Let me know you like the video and you want more of them. If you are interested in real coaching, I do have a link down below to my coaching services that I would love to coach you in 2022 and help you build a successful youth ministry. If you're interested in that, hit that link down below. Would love to hear from you. All right, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Talk to you later.